Once upon a time, there was a strange, mysterious object flying through space. This object that definitely didn't resemble a particular type of time machine also had open sides, which probably meant it wasn't very safe, and then it suddenly went past Earth, but the engines that it didn't have failed and it went crashing down even though it wasn't flying anyway. Look, I'm sorry, I've got absolutely nothing. Let's just finish this. Hey everyone, I'm DT10 and welcome to episode 15 of Dalek Mod Survival. And today we are starting over here at the community island right next to spawn, which I want to finish today. And as you might have been able to tell from the intro, I have absolutely no idea what this is. Like, I have no idea where this has come from, but I just know it looks cool. So if you guys have any ideas on what this could be, please let me know down in the comments, and we might even implement something to go with it on the server. But yeah, let's get on with this, because I really want to finish the crater around here. However, before we get into that, there's actually some other stuff I'd like to show you, because for once, I've actually done quite a lot of off-camera progress. So first things first, we're here in the Tardis, and I've actually got some nice chairs which I crafted and put here and here, and then I've also got some fence posts which I put along here just to finish it off a little bit. And then if we go under here, I've added some lapis blocks over here so that I have easy access to them, and then I've also added a very, very basic time rotor to the middle, and I carried this glass all the way up, as you can see there. And I've sort of been using this storage system we built. However, it's already kind of full, and I want that stack of carrots back. As I was saying, it's already quite full, so I've offloaded all of the bones and arrows and string and spider eyes I have from my mob farm into these chests. And I realised I have a lot, and it just wasn't fitting in shulker boxes in my ender chest, so I figured I'd utilise this. The only trouble is, we really don't want to be breaking these chests. And the reason I've done all of this is because if we have time in today's episode, I want to build our mod farm shop on the community island, selling all of these bones and arrows and string and spider eyes. And we can also sell the passes to make sure people can go to there and stuff. It will be a lot of fun. However, I've also actually been doing a little bit of end busting, so I added aqua affinities to my helmet, which I realised we never actually had. And I got a spare elytra and stuff, but I also found this pickaxe, which is literally just how I found it, and it's unbreaking 3, mending, and efficiency 4, which is crazy. You see, if we were just able to put fortune 3 on here, then it would be the same as my other pickaxe. And speaking of my other pickaxe, you may be wondering where that is. Truth is, Pixel might have stolen it. He kind of didn't mean to, but he logs off the server with my pickaxe, so I'm one pickaxe down. And to be completely honest, that's for another episode. And finally, you may wonder why I have diamonds in my inventory, and that's because we actually managed to sell all of our terracotta to Ginger. You see, I can't remember if it was the last episode or the episode before, but I wanted to sell a load of white terracotta to Ginger, and we actually managed to do that, which is crazy. So that might not have seemed like much progress, but trust me, all of that took a really, really, really long time. But anyway, with that out of the way, let's get on with the spawn project, because I really want to finish this. So the crater currently is looking horrendous, and I did have a crack at it. I've been placing some dirt and stuff, but I really want to make it look good, and so that's what we're going to do. In fact, we're going to kick off today's episode with a bit of an early time lapse, so let's go. So after that time lapse, if you ignore the flying tree, then this is the spawn that we've ended up with, and I think it looks pretty cool, so let me take you through all of this. So the first thing to note is that I've literally never made a crater before. This is my first ever crater, but I was playing around with the shape and the blocks and stuff so much, and I think it came out pretty well. So there's a lot of magma and stuff, and a lot of fire, which I went to the nether for the netherrack and stuff. Oh, and make sure you have fire tick off before you put fire next to blocks of coal. And then I've also got this coarse dirt, which I think has a really nice effect, and I kind of made it look like it's spreading into the grass. And then a bit of this is normal dirt down there and stuff, so that can spread into grass, and I think it looks pretty good. And then I've also just got some coalstone, and like I mentioned earlier, some blocks of coal and stuff. I was gonna put some lava down, but I don't think it works. But the only problem with this is, it wasn't very safe. Like, we've made this lovely new spawn and stuff, but if you're at spawn, you're probably going to have nothing on you, and it's not very safe to go out here, so that's what I want to fix by doing stuff in here. So I just put some fences all the way around, a little fence gate so you can get out, and I've put 2 crafting tables down, but now we need an ender chest and a backup box. Right, so the ender chest can go here, we're going to ignore the fact that you can see around it, and then the backup box can go here, and now I've just got some signs, because I do want to put some signs up. So there we go, our first 2 signs. They are kind of like the signposts you find on roads and stuff. I think that looks pretty cool. And then this way, what even is this way? There we go, I think those signs look pretty good, and I do want to put a sign here for the backup box. Right, there we go, need some gear, have a backup box, 30 diamonds. Now, before you say that's quite expensive, bear in mind, it's 24 diamonds just to craft all of this armor, 25, 26 diamonds, then sharpness 2, knockback 1, fire protection, protection 4, depth strider protection 4, all these potions, efficiency 3, unbreaking 3. In fact, I can even upgrade some of this because I made this a while ago. Then you get 10 golden carrots, an ender pearl, and a water bucket, and an elytra. So I think 30 diamonds is probably good, although I will get some stuff that's not half used. And for the sake of Simtra, put another one here. Use this ender chest if you need to, 100 diamonds. Yep, I think that seems reasonable. And with that, I think our spawn is done. Now, don't get me wrong, it is kind of small in here, but bear in mind you do just spawn absolutely anywhere around here, so there's not many other places you can go, and I think this has enough info and stuff to get you going, even if you've lost all of your items. Also then just grabbed a sharpness 3 sword, which hasn't been used at all, to upgrade from the sharpness 2 knockback 1. And I've also grabbed blast protection 4, unbreaking 3, mending helmet, which are a little bit better than that used one. And actually, can we just repair these? I'm sure that's easier. In fact, you know what? They've barely been used at all. I'm sure nobody will mind. Right? Okay, so with that, I think that's definitely enough spawn progress today. I'm really happy with the state of this. I think it looks really good. We may have to do some tidying up in the future, but I'm really happy with that. But now we need to focus on this area. You see, I want to make my mob farm shop, and that does obviously require doing some stuff at my actual mob farm, and in fact, we'll head over there for that now. Right, so here we are at my mob farm, and as you can see, it actually looks very different. So while I was here grinding for levels, while doing all of my enchantments and stuff, I actually also dug out this area. And you may not actually recognize this space, and that's because I haven't really shown it on camera, but I actually fixed my mob farm. So the mobs now come down there, they then go up a water elevator and then drop down here, meaning they're on really low health, and then I kill them and they go into a hopper and a shulker box underneath. And then the spiders ones you kind of just have to go in and kill, to be honest. And if you're wondering where we are, this is actually the space where they used to all flow down into here, although let's be honest, none of them actually did. But if we drop all the way down here, as you can see, up there is where we just were, and then this is just our mob farm room. Now, what I'm planning to do with this space is not completely ignore it. I'm going to take all of the blocks from this space, because I do really like the design, and we're just going to build the same thing here, just a little bit bigger upstairs. So yeah, I'm just going to get rid of these blocks. It basically just saves me having to get them all again, and then we can replicate this. So there we go, I've basically cleared out all of the useful blocks in this room, and I might actually come back for some of these ores later. There's loads here. But anyway, we'll head back up and use these. Right, so we're back up here, and to be honest, I'm not going to do anything fancy here. I'm just going to start building. I'm not going to do a tunnel or anything. I'm just going to place it all on this wall. It might be a little bit small, but I'm not really sure it matters. It's ultimately just to stand AFK in this corner over here, and have some instructions and stuff. Yeah, I think this should be fine. Alright, little progress update. The room has been completed. It's not textured yet. Yeah, I'd say this is a pretty good size. And then you come up here to AFK. I think that's reasonable. Although, actually, I've just thought we could raise this down one. Obviously, it would fit more. But I think it would also be better, because then the skeletons can't hit you. But you can hit their feet. I think that actually might be better. Yeah, I mean, there's a skeleton right here and doesn't even know I'm here, but we can still hit them. I think this actually might work a lot better, you know. Yeah, I think this looks pretty good. We can do the rest in a second, but I want to texture this now. And I actually want to use some different blocks. I want to use these mossy stone bricks. I think that would look really, really good. Maybe some mossy cobblestone as well. Not too fond on that one. But you need vines. And I'm just wondering, we do know where a stronghold is, and these do generate in a stronghold. So what's easier, looking for a swamp or going to somewhere that's full of them? I think the stronghold. Let's go. Out of all of them, I certainly did not think we'd be making this journey again in this episode, but I guess we are. Okay, well, here we are, and instantly there's loads of them. I think this was definitely the better thing to do. I guess while we're here, we could even grab some cracked ones, too. I mean, to be honest, that's probably enough of both of them. I mean, it's a small room anyway. Yeah, I think we'll head back. And that's pretty much it. Now it definitely looks like a stronghold. But to be honest, I'm okay with that. I think this room has come out pretty well. Right, the next thing is access to this, and I've actually got an idea for that. You see, under here, I think it's under here anyway, yeah. Under here is where we just were, down in our room. And if we mine our way down here, as you can see, there's this ladder that goes all the way up to the surface. So all I'm thinking we do is maybe around, I don't really know where it is, but if we just go about here, and then if we mine this way, we should pretty much come to our room. Alright, cool. So this passage out here directly links up to this staircase, literally straight ahead, and it actually tucks really nicely into the corner. Yeah, I really like this. Right, let's decorate this passage. Alright, I'd say this looks pretty good. So this is the entrance and exit, and then I'm not going to bother decorating all of this. I think that would take too long, and it's not really worth it. And then if you go all the way up here, then you end up in this room, which we built absolutely ages ago. So I'm still going to use this. I think this is a pretty cool structure. So we'll make all of the stuff in here, and then ultimately you can still go down the staircase and end up in the mob farm. Perfect. So I think we'll just put a little wall here of instructions and stuff. I think that should be good enough. Right then, yeah, more signs. Here we go. So that took a little while, but I've written up some signs to tell them what they need to do. So, welcome to the mob farm. This mob farm contains an AFK and a manual XP and mob grinder. That's the skeleton one and the spider one. But then, to use it, make sure you have paid for a pass at the shop. Now, that's what we're going to have to go and do over at the community island in a second, but I'll explain that in a minute. Any loot you get within 1 hour, again I'll explain that in just a second, is yours to keep. Make sure you empty the hopper and shulker box after use, all will be explained in the room below, accessible via the ladder in front. Enjoy. I think that's good enough. I don't really think we need an ender chest or anything. We can always put one down here if we need to, and yeah, that's pretty much it. Then down here, I just need a couple more signs, maybe an ender chest like I just mentioned, and I think this place will be done. Okay, so with even more signs and even more reading, which I'm not really going to go through, it kind of just explains what to do. You guys already know that. And then a very important exit sign. This place is complete, so I don't actually have an ender chest to put here. Maybe I'll get one in the future, not too sure. But now we need to head over to the community island, and then we can tick this project off our list. Right, so the last thing we need to do is set up a very, very small shop, nothing like this one or this one, where people can basically just buy the passes using diamonds. And then, as I mentioned at the start of the episode when I was showing you all of my off-camera progress, they can then also buy some bones and arrows and string and stuff should they need it. Just using the diamonds, they don't actually have to do anything or go to the proper mob farm. Right, now, I do have a design in mind for this, and I want to put it right here. Now, this design might be really, really hard, but we're just going to have a go. And so, for the second time this video, we'll do that in the form of a time-lapse. Right, now you may not have been expecting this one, but I am actually going to do a bit of a voiceover of this time-lapse, and that's purely because this building is really, really strange. And I just wanted to acknowledge that because I'm not entirely sure what I was thinking when I was building this. And by the way, if you haven't worked out what this is, trust me, it will become clear by the end. But despite it being very, very strange, I do kind of like how it turned out, and I do kind of like the effect it has overall. So I may end up changing this in the future. It may just be completely remade in the future, but for now, this is how it's going to stay. And let me know if you like me voicing over these as well, because I will in the future. Now, on with the video. Okay, so when I made this shop, it was either going to look absolutely horrendous or really, really good. And to be honest, it looks neither of them. I mean, let's be honest, I've kind of created a monstrosity. So as you might have been able to tell, this is a creeper face with a little bit of a thing down here. And a funny thing for you, the reason none of this is textures is because I actually burnt all of the stuff I had for inventory management. I burn all of the cracked stone bricks and stuff. So if I want to decorate this, I'll either have to go to a swamp or I'll have to go right the way back to the stronghold. I know, it was a little bit stupid. But this is what I've ended up with, and it's best of both worlds. I mean, it's not horrendous. It's not too bad, but I also don't particularly like it, but we can always edit it as time goes on. I think it fits pretty well. I mean, what am I saying? It's like a massive creeper temple. It doesn't fit at all. But anyway, we've now got to do the inside, which is looking pretty bland. And I think the first thing it needs is a floor. Floor has been acquired, plus a little bit more texturing here and there, and it's definitely coming together. I mean, I prefer the one over in the Mesa, but it's definitely coming together. And yep, it's that time again. Signs. I know, but very original name. And now we just need stuff to put in here. So I'll go and get maybe a chest full of bones and a chest full of arrows and stuff, and we'll see what we can do with the place. Right then, 2 shulker boxes full of bones and arrows and string to put in these chests. Right then, bones, 2 stacks, I couldn't really fit it in. 2 stacks for 1 diamond, I think that's pretty reasonable. We've got some bones there. Now for the string and the arrows. To be honest, for arrows, I know they're a bit more valuable than bones, but I'm literally just going to go for exactly the same price. 2 stacks for 1 diamond. And guess what? Same price for the string. Right then, that's us done. All of these are stocked with lots of arrows and bones and string. And the last thing we've got to do is make this. And this is for our passes. Right, so I just went to grab 3 sugarcane, which equals 3 paper. And wait. Whoa. You guys saw that, right? The chest kind of went like... What? Anyway, I'm going to completely ignore that. I need an anvil. And thankfully, there's one in my Tardis. Mob Farm Pass. That should be good enough. Right, I only grabbed 3 because I can't imagine many people will be buying these. But there we go, 3 mob farm passes. Now, even more signs. Right, that is my last sign, and that's us completely done. So, mob farm passes, I just put contact DT. I couldn't be bothered to write the whole thing. They can always contact me if they want to buy one. Then, 1 hour pass equals 5 diamonds. And I think that's reasonable, because, I mean, you get 2 stacks of this stuff for 1 diamond. You're going to get probably about 10 stacks. Yeah, definitely 10 stacks. Definitely 10 stacks. But it's more that, obviously, instead of having to buy each individual thing, I don't know, maybe it's too expensive, but it is an hour, so I think that's good enough. Actually, I lied. This is way too expensive. Hang on. There we go. I think that's much more reasonable. 2 hour pass for 5 diamonds. I mean, if you consider it, 2 stacks of bone for 1 diamond, I mean, that's probably a better deal than this, so I figured I'd up it a little bit. So it's been a fair few days between clips, from when I built this shop behind me to where we are now. And actually, some stuff has popped up, so let me take you through all the stuff that's happened. So, first things first, we're here in the TARDIS, and I did a stream, and I've actually started making TARDIS bridges. So, you may think, well, DT, we've got TARDIS bridges, but they're not very good, are they? And so I've set to work making them safer and look nicer. So in the coming episodes, we may do a bit more of this, maybe in the form of a time lapse, but we're not going to be doing that today because we are running out of time. But yeah, I've started this one going this way, and then a much better example of what I've done is over here. So I've made archways in my TARDIS and then done exactly the same thing, a bridge from my TARDIS leading out to here, but then this is actually where the bridges sort of lead into Infinity Crusher's TARDIS. So I haven't actually got to complete these ones yet, but yeah, I got some red concrete, stone bricks, acacia fence, Piplup and Alex and stuff, they came on to help as well. And yeah, this is what we've ended up with, and I think it looks pretty cool. So let me know what you think of these designs. They took quite a while, and there's lots more to come. We need to go all the way to Alex's old TARDIS and stuff, but there's more to show. It's like the off-camera progress bit all over again. But anyway, the next thing I want to show you is the thing I've already walked into, and that's Teeb's new minigame he's working on, and it's a big maze, effectively. And I really want to play this in my next episode. You see, it's not quite finished yet, but I don't really want to go all the way up there to spawn and stuff at risk of spoiling it from the top down. So yeah, we'll have a crack at that maybe next episode. And there's one more thing I want to do before the end of today's episode. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Hang on a minute, let me explain. So, you may have just seen I've just crafted a load of sugarcane, 60 sugarcane, almost a stack into sugar, and I meant to craft it into paper. So, you may notice 30 gunpowder in my inventory, and you know what that means. I really wanted some firework rockets for my Elytra, because we haven't really utilised the Elytra properly this series, and I really want to before the end. I want to be able to fly around stuff without having to use this thing, the TARDIS. So, we need more sugarcane. So... we're in need of sugarcane, and we're in need of gunpowder. And there's one place I can think of that can offer both of those things. And it's Piplup's base. He literally has a massive creeper farm, which admittedly doesn't work anymore, but I'm kind of hoping he's got some firework rockets somewhere. And he's also got all this sugarcane. So as long as I don't break the bottom blocks, I'm sure he won't mind me taking some of this sugarcane. And some of the gunpowder while we're at it. Right, that's another 60 sugarcane. Now I need some gunpowder. Ooh. That's certainly not gunpowder, but it is what we want the gunpowder for. I think I'll take those 10 rockets. Oh, wow. Oh, I've hit the jackpot. so much sugarcane and so much gunpowder. Okay, hang on a minute. I'm gonna take... Oh no, I feel really bad for taking all of this. I'll take 31, and I'll take another half of them. Hang on, I need some diamonds. I'm gonna do this properly. Right, gonna be honest, I feel really bad just stealing all this from him. Who knows, he might even need it. So I'll leave 1 diamond for those 14 rockets. And then I'm pretty sure it was this chest. Yeah, I'll leave him another 2 diamonds. In fact, I'll leave him another 4 diamonds. 2 for the gunpowder and 2 for the rockets that we stole. Honestly, I'm sure that's fine. I mean, we've got enough to make loads more firework rockets now. Okay, well, that went incredibly well. Now, if I just combine all of these... Oh, that's an exciting moment. Oh, that's a very exciting moment. 1, 2, 3, almost 3.5 stacks of firework rockets to ourselves. Oh, this is amazing. Thank you so much, Piplup. Although, let's be honest, it wasn't really his choice. So, for the very end of today's episode, we are back at my base. And that is for one pure reason. This is something I've wanted to do for a very, very long time. And that is, of course, to fly straight out the top of my base. Oh, that feels amazing. And with that, although for some reason you can't see my eyes. Yeah, there we go. Okay, with that, we are going to end today's episode in the air. This is amazing. So we have got so much done today. We built the mob farm shop, which you can actually see behind us. We went to the community island. We finished spawn. We even got some firework rockets towards the end. I think this has been a very progress-filled episode. And hopefully, next episode will be a very, very exciting one. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like or comment, and if you'd like to see more content like this, then please subscribe. But I've been DT10, and I will see you in the next video.